Today I am bringing you some sad news. I have an update in the Brendan Santo case. For anyone who doesn't know, Brendan was from Rochester Hills. He was a freshman and he was a Grand Valley State University student who was visiting Michigan State University on the weekend of the big game. The big game is a game that is played between Michigan State and University of Michigan every year. Of course, there's a rivalry, and it's a big weekend in East Lansing when the game is being played there. This was also the last weekend in October. Brendan was hanging out with friends at Yockley Hall, which is a dorm at MSU. It is pretty near Michigan Avenue, which is one of the main streets that goes by Michigan State University. It goes by Sparrow Hospital, downtown, and straight up to the Capitol. On the night of the big game, this wouldn't have been an empty area. It would have been alive with students and people celebrating being back on campus. Brendan left Yockley Hall that night. He was walking to another part of campus and he disappeared into the night. His phone was said to have gone dead near the corner of Beale and Michigan Avenue, which was, Beale is the street that Yockley Hall's out of, but it's not far from Michigan Avenue. I was in a 5K and we ran up that hill. We ran right up Beale to Michigan as part of the 5K I was in, and it's not a very long walk. So according to his phone, before it went dead, he was headed up into Michigan and then he just disappeared. And for the last 2.5 months, no one knew what happened to him. The police maintained that they believed that no foul play was involved and that they didn't have reason to believe that he had hurt himself, but no one really knew why. There was a lot of talk in the groups that I'm in about how they knew that. I imagine that they were very convinced that he was in the river because of details that we just don't have and that we probably will never have. I think we were all hoping that ultimately Brendan would come home and be returned to his family safe. Fortunately, his family now has answers, but unfortunately those answers are that the police were right and that he has been in the river. He was found between a mile and a mile and a half downstream. For anyone who isn't local, who's trying to get a picture of this in their head, he would have left the dorm and turned to the right to go towards Michigan Avenue, if what his phone said is correct, which I imagine it is. Across the street, over a little fence and down a hill, is the Red Cedar River, and it was cold. It's been cold for months here, so it would have been a fairly cold night. At some point in that night, it seems that Brendan did go into the river. He was found and brought out of the river by dive teams on Friday. I don't know that the police have confirmed that it was Brendan, but his family has confirmed on Instagram that it is Brendan. I'm thankful that they're not wondering anymore, but my heart breaks for them. As a mother, I can't imagine receiving that news about one of my children. I really do hope that they are able to get some answers. One person that deserves more credit that I haven't heard about in the news, but that people have been talking about in local groups, is Ryan Robinson. Now, according to what people are saying, and again, so this is hearsay, but I believe that it's true, especially because I've seen pictures of him searching. Ryan is a private investigator that was hired by the Santo family to find Brendan. He spent roughly the last week log fall with cameras and lights, chopping up ice and searching for Brendan. According to what people are saying, he is the one who discovered Brendan's body. He then informed the parents before calling 911 and telling them where they could find the body because it was in the log jam. The police then came out the next day, and locally everyone was talking about how they were doing a massive search of the river that day, and they found a body later that day, and they announced that they believed it to be Brendan. Ryan definitely deserves credit for the hard and dangerous work that he put in out there cutting up ice. They said he was even out at night so that his lights would work better and he would be able to see better under the water. Thank you to Ryan for going out there and finding Brendan so that ultimately his body could be brought home to his parents and they wouldn't have to wonder anymore. That is today's update. Things have been very hectic here with school being canceled, constantly different schools and doctor's appointments and making sure everyone is where they're supposed to be. And Libby, of course, she's here helping me. If you have heard panting in the background, that's Libby. She loves the cold, but she does not love the super cold, and it's snowing right now here. I forgot to knit this time. I was so focused on what happened that I didn't even need to keep my hands busy with knitting. I'm hoping to have more videos up soon as things go back to normal, but I just wanted to give you an update. Anyways, that is it for today. If you like true crime, I'd love it if you would hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.